16-year-old is facing charges weeks after a sheriff's deputy shot him in York County. Investigators say the teen pointed a gun at people in an apartment complex and at deputies before the shooting.
Well, the boy went to the hospital with serious injuries, and Brenna McIntosh spoke to neighbors who recounted the terrifying evening. She also talked to the sheriff. And Brenna, what did he tell you tonight?
Well, the 16-year-old now faces a felony charge of assaulting a law enforcement officer. Sheriff Ron Montgomery tells me the boy turned himself in yesterday and is now out on bond. But the sheriff says his deputies didn't learn the teen was released from the hospital until a week after the fact.
People who live at the Claremont apartments are still coming to grips with what they call a terrifying night.
I don't feel as safe as I used to feel.
York-Poquoson Sheriff Ron Montgomery says on April 14th, a 16-year-old boy pointed a gun at neighbors. Then deputies found him barricaded inside a car with a gun.
They kept telling him, come out of the car, drop the gun.
Neighbors saw the teen point the gun at deputies.
And my daughter was like, Mom, don't go near the windows. He just got out of the car and pulled a gun on the police.
That's when the sheriff says one deputy fired 3 shots, hitting the teen twice.
This case was really aggravated.
After spending roughly 2 weeks in the hospital with serious injuries, Sheriff Montgomery says the teen was released.
There was a lack of communication that he was released a week ago and we weren't made aware of it. We didn't have pending charges for him while he was in the hospital, so that probably could have played into this in some way.
Now he faces a felony charge of assaulting a law enforcement officer and other gun-related charges.
We reached out to the family, and it didn't take us very long to have them contact us back, and they were cooperative, and they actually brought him to the Merrimack Center for him to be charged.
And Sheriff Montgomery says how the teen got the gun in the first place is still under investigation. Brenna McIntosh, 13 News Now.
And the deputy that fired the shots is still on administrative leave.